Hello, everybody. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about my favorite video game of all time, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. This came out in 2004, I think it was late October, maybe. And basically, the last cutscene is like, I don't know, 20 minutes long. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty damn good. I don't think it's my favorite game of all time. But then, boom, as soon as it cuts to black and the credits start to roll, I'm like, all right, this is the one. This is my favorite game of all time. Yeah, the ending was so fucking good in it that, yeah, wasn't until whoosh, credits start going that I was like, okay, this is my favorite game of all time. Basically, the reasons why it is my favorite game of all time is, and it's the same reasons why the Metal Gear series is my favorite series of all time. You know, great characters, great story, great script, awesome action, great music. They definitely do like a 1960s, because this game takes place in 1964. So, yeah, there's a lot of like James Bond-ish kind of music they're kind of having fun with and stuff. In fact, last year, I think the game started on August 24th, 1964. And then I think ended on like August, I don't know, 30th or whatever. So last year would have been the 50th anniversary of the events in the game taking place. So that was the last go through I did on the game. I was corresponding it to the days that were taking place in the game, so that was pretty fun. And this time I definitely did like a Mass Effect go through, meaning I just did absolutely everything. I had every conversation you can, on the radio and stuff, and I just explored everywhere, did everything. So it was a perfect go through, and I thought that was great for the 50th anniversary. But yeah, the music's awesome. The gun selection in the game is fucking great. I mean, we get like a super badass customized M1911 Colt 45. Oh, I want to get one of those in real life. You get the classic AK-47. You get the I can't remember what it's called, XM16E, which is like the early experimental version of the M16. What was that shotgun, an M12 or whatever? You get the M63 light machine gun, basically the lighter, smaller brother of the M60. That was pretty fun to use. Yeah, and you get to use a lot of knives in this game too, a lot of throat cutting and stuff, so that's pretty badass too. But let's see what else. It's got some of the best video game moments ever in it too, like when you and Eva on the motorcycle being chased by the Shagohod. I mean, that's I still remember the first time I did that. I mean, my legs were just pumping. I was so like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And it's just, it's a great fucking game. I mean, it's my favorite for all these reasons and more. Oh, it's also got probably the best boss fights ever put into a game. Yeah, you're having to fight this elite group of soldiers, and yeah, each one is very unique, very different, very cool, and each one presents its own set of circumstances and challenges. So it's pretty cool. Probably the best boss fight is the one where you have to fight a guy named the End, who's like 100 years old, and he's been sniping since like the fucking 1870s or whatever. So he's like really really good, and you're basically in the jungle having to go up against them. And it's very cool. It's probably one of the longest boss fights I've ever been in. I mean, it's probably gonna take you like well over an hour your first time against this guy because you have to crawl through the jungle, you have to find him, you have to shoot him, you have to find him again, shoot him. And of course, he's gonna be trying to do the same thing to you, so it's just absolutely crazy. Definitely cat and mouse, but it's just a great, great boss fight. Now, and another thing too, the graphics in this game for 2004 PS2, I mean, shit. I mean, well, Metal Gear Solid 3 along with, I guess, Silent Hill Shattered Memories. Those are probably the two best looking PS2 games, graphically wise. And, I mean, yeah, the graphics in this one are absolutely great. But one time I remember hunting the end in the jungle, and I guess it was probably about halfway through the boss fight, so I had shot him a couple of times and stuff. And I remember walking through the jungle, and I think I thought I heard something or something, so I looked in first person mode. Yeah, because you can, if you haven't played the Metal Gear games, you can run around in third person, but whenever you want, you can look in first person, whether to draw your gun out or whatever you want to do, and shoot in first person mode. But you can also look in first person. And so I looked in first person, and now all of a sudden I saw in the distance, probably about, I don't know, 20, 30 yards away, in some bushes, I saw like a metal glint, like a flash, kind of like somebody shining a mirror, the sun hitting a mirror or something and reflecting off of it. I was like, oh shit, that must be a sniper scope. He must be looking right at me. Fuck! So I whipped out my sniper rifle, looked right down the scope, give or take where I thought I saw the glint, and I was like, hey man, there's nothing there. Oh, what the fuck was that? But then I zoomed in and I looked on the ground in case he was lying prone or whatever. And I saw on the ground a bunch of shell casings that I guess I had fired off when I saw the end earlier. And I was like, wait a minute, are you fucking telling me that somebody had the idea to put in the game that, alright, if the characters are at a certain angle and the sun hits a certain spot, and when, there just happens to be, metallic shell casings there, that we're going to have the sunlight reflect off of those shell casings so that the player can see it. I mean, everybody in the office had to be like, are you fucking nuts? How are we going to do that? I mean, how do you tell a video game to do that just on the off chance that the player happens to be looking at that at the right spot at the right time, It's just insane, but they fucking did it. It's in the game. I saw it. I was like, holy shit, these guys are brilliant. And they really are. I mean, Kojima Productions, Hideo Kojima's the guy who created the entire series. He's the director, he's the main writer. He was there back in 1987 when Metal Gear came out. So this has always been his baby. And so he's brought a great team together to make these games. And they're called Kojima Productions now. So by far and away the best game makers in the world. So for them to come up with something like that in 2004 is just nuts. To see freaking sunlight glinting off shell casings on the ground in the middle of a fucking jungle. I mean, how crazy is that? But yeah, that's just that's just one of the very creative things they came up with. And the main character in the game is a really, really cool guy. His name is Naked Snake. Well, that's his code name. I guess his real name is John. And he's a very interesting guy. I think he's like 29 years old in this. He was born in 1935. He lied about his age and went off to fight in the Korean War when he was a teenager. He was on Bikini Atoll when we tested the first, I think that was the first hydrogen bomb test. And of course, everybody got radiated, all the soldiers there. Luckily for John, though, he didn't get cancer or anything. He just became sterile. Yay! But yeah, then he met up with the boss, who's a female soldier who's in the Metal Gear universe, she's like the best of the best. Well, they call her in the game the mother of our special forces, so she's like super badass. And so she trained him for I don't know, 5 years or so. And they never had really a romantic relationship. It was much more of a mother-son relationship. Yeah, so she taught him everything she knew, and they actually developed a close quarters, unarmed kind of combat system called CQC, Close Quarters Combat, that you get to use in the game. Just pretty damn fun. Like, you can grab guys, cut their throats, throw them on the ground, knock them out, hold them hostage, use them as a meat shield, interrogate them with your knife, like, hey, tell me where the ammo is and stuff like that. So very intuitive, very cool. Takes a little while to get used to, but once you get used to it, you truly become a badass. Yeah, the other boss fights are fucking awesome too. I mean, it's just, the game's got some great moments. The boss fights, going up the mountain, attacking the pass base, Shagohod chasing you, sneaking in the Grozny Grad, the final boss fight. I mean, just everything. I mean, the game's just full of great moments. And I truly think that's what makes a great game. You gotta have great moments, you gotta have a great ending, and you gotta have, great characters, script, graphics. Basically everything has to be great. Soundtrack and everything. And this game's got it all, and that's why it's my favorite game of all time. So if you have not played Metal Gear Solid 3, you definitely need to. They got the HD collection out if you don't have a PS2 anymore, so you can play those you can play it on the 360, the PS3. And I'm sure eventually they're gonna port it over to the Uno and the PS4, so check it out then. I think they even have it on the DS and the PSP, so yeah, so it's definitely out there, and I suggest anyone who has not played it to check out my favorite game of all time, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater.